You're now listening to the Oh Sith podcast. Video games, comics, movies, life, and whatever the else we want to talk about. With Nick DTW, Cecily, Yvonne, and first polyamorous podcast couple. Oh Sith. Oh Sith. Oh Sith. So Freaks and Geeks, get ready for the Oh Sith Show.
Hey guys, Oh Sith Show.
Oh Sith Show. Yeah, today we have a good show for you.
You sound so uncertain, babe.
No, I know we just got a good show. I'm just trying to think about what it is. We got a couple things. I mean, Wonder Woman just finished coming out in theaters. Me and Cecily discovered a new TV show that's old that you guys probably already know more of than we do.
Yes,
but
it's been discontinued.
Yeah, it's been discontinued, but apparently still going strong in books. We review one of my favorite comics right now, which is Power Rangers number 15. And we talk about a couple of things that's going on right now in the comics that I'm really iffy on. But, I mean, it sounds like good plot devices. I just don't like the whole thing that they're doing with it right now.
Sounds like me with your book.
Huh?
Like how I feel about certain things in your book.
No, it's just like, from a design standpoint, I just don't really agree with some of the plot devices. But, I mean, at the same time, it's not bad plot devices, just stuff that I necessarily wouldn't use. But I can see why other people would like it.
Yeah, just like what I said with your books.
Oh, well, you talk about the book that I'm writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but but I can see the merit in it. You know, like I can see why it would
Right, yeah, so can I. But I'm just like, no, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's because you write differently than I. Like the way you write, you like your romance novels and.
No, but you haven't even like
and,
whatever.
No, I'm talking about the book that you proposed to me. You know, the one that you told me about. Like you like your romance and the deep convoluted characters, and I'm a man. I like.
He said
action.
I'm a man.
I like action. I like straight to the punch. You know.
What's funny is that in the book that I'm reading right now, you know how when you were writing your book, you have one section where you talk about how like you roundhouse. Yes, my favorite author, she wrote a scene where it says he roundhouse gets kicked in the face or something like that. I started laughing because it made me think of you.
Because you gotta every book gotta have one roundhouse.
I've never seen it. It made me die laughing.
You spin while doing the kick.
Yeah, you would like her fighting scenes or whatever.
Kick the motherfucker right in the face.
Yes.
And then you just slam his head right into the wall.
Right.
Roadhouse.
That's kind of what happened.
Well, that's basically see. Every author knows the same shit. You gotta have it. I mean, it was funny. It's a necessity.
It was funny.
So we were gonna talk about that. As for games, I mean, Tekken 7 is the only really thing that came out. As also, they started the new season of Overwatch, and not really too happy with where I landed. But I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'll be fine. I mean, I climbed last season. I climbed this season. We'll get into that when we get into games. So, how was your week so far, Cecily?
Uneventful.
Uneventful?
Yeah.
Would you like it to be eventful?
Yeah.
Like, what would you want to do?
I want to go to a museum. I want to go to that library that you try to go to, but I want to spend like hours at that library, so like I can't just go and look at it for a minute.
But that's not stopping you. Just get up and go. Just go. I'm gone for 8 hours a day.
I know, but it's kind of hard with Peanut because Peanut's like at his loud stage.
Oh, it's hard to do things with Peanut around.
No, just those things that I want to do. I can go to the museum, but I can't go to the library.
Well, I don't really think you go to the museum either. I mean, you got classes going there and trips and stuff. They don't really hear.
Peanut discovering his voice.
Yeah.
Our son discovered that he can scream now, so he screams for everything.
And he can sound like a monkey if he chooses to.
My poor child.
Yeah, so everything's ooh, ooh.
He doesn't really do the ooh part, but
yeah, he does. He
goes,
he goes ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tries to sound like a fucking wolf.
Ow.
A werewolf. Anyway, but that's gonna be that werewolf part will be part of the things you should watch part of the segment of the show. So basically for me, my week is just I'm counting down the days until I'm done with work for 2 months, and then I can go back to work. And I could just get paid not to do anything for 2 months and just sit here. You know, I mean, I'm counting down the days of that, but
You know Peanut's going to get really attached to you while you're home all day.
Nah, because I'm going to keep him busy and keep him sedated. You know, you just...
What do you mean, sedated?
I mean, a couple Benadryls here and there, and his son's fine. I mean,
No.
It just knocks him out. It's good.
That's not happening.
Well, then I hope you're going to have a lot of busy time with Peanut then, because I really, kind of just want him to sleep.
No, babe.
I want to recuperate during this summer. This summer is a definite need of a break after everything that we've been through during the year. I think that, the summer is definitely a summer break, and I believe in that break part. Like, I definitely need that break part.
Sounds like you don't want to do shit this summer.
No, actually, I really do. But at the same time, I believe in the break part. I want the break part to at least be somewhere in there. Last summer, I mean, I really didn't get a break. It was very, very boring, but there was just a lot of shit that we had to go through last summer. Remember the drama between you and Eve? And I mean, it was just...
We didn't have any drama last year.
Yeah. That y'all was still building things back, and then you had to find a new job. I mean, it was just so much shit last summer. It was just... I couldn't really enjoy the break. Like, it came and it went really, really fucking fast. The summer before that actually felt like a good break. Like, but I guess that's because I never had a summer break before then, so like I actually enjoyed it.
All you did was stay home and sleep.
That's what I'm saying. So it went by really quick, and I was just like, it's like I slept everything away and I didn't really have time to enjoy it. But the first summer, 2 summers ago,
but that's what I'm saying. That
was like long, and it was nice, and it was just
that's
just great.
That summer we had Cecilia.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. There was a lot of shit going on that summer.
And you, that first summer, you just pretty much stayed in bed.
No.
Until I got home.
Yes, but at the same time, no, because I mean, it was just the first where I could actually enjoy myself. Because remember, that's when I first got the job that I have now.
I know.
So I actually was able to enjoy it and just like, just embrace, actually being off for the first time in 8 or 9 years.
Maybe you feel like you didn't really enjoy your summer last year because Peanut was born.
That too. I mean, that's also a good point.
Because I lost my job. You were at home.
I had a baby.
Right. Then Peanut came a month later.
Right. It came really too fast. You know what they say when you wait.
Because you and Eve were going through shit last summer.
You know what when they say like when you waiting on something. When you're waiting on anything, it's like. You spend all your time waiting to get there, then when it's finally there, you're like, where the fuck did all the time go? Like, got here way too fucking fast. Like, they say don't wish to be older, because when you're older, you're going to wish to be younger type of thing. Mm-hmm. That's the way it was. I was so waiting on Peanut, for August to come, that when August finally got there, and I got Peanut, I went back to work, and I was just like, yo, how fast did this fucking summer go? And that's because of the fact that I was just waiting on Peanut. So... Like, I didn't enjoy July, you know what I mean? I didn't enjoy the end of June. I didn't enjoy July. Nothing. I was just waiting for August, you know what I mean? Like, so I was rushing through July, So when I rushed through July and August got there, and I had those, 3-4 weeks with Peanut, those 3-4 weeks flew by, and then next thing you know, I was back to work. And I'm just like, how the fuck did this happen so fucking fast? Like,
and then Peanut would wake up right when you were like a half an hour before you would wake up.
Right. So it's like I really didn't enjoy it last summer, so I'm really looking forward to this summer and actually being able to enjoy it. I want to actually go out and do things, but at the same time have that break part. I want to be able to sit down and just reflect, beer in my hand and just do something. Like you said, museums, like just do little things here and there, but not take up the entire week doing it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go on vacation. I just want a city vacation.
I feel like during the summer you're gonna be like, okay, so which grandparent are we sending Peanut off on Friday night?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I want. What's wrong with that? Is something wrong with that? Is there something wrong with that? I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I'm gonna miss my son.
Right, but I mean, you want to enjoy your summers too, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, and obviously you can't take him places that we want to go. I mean, if you want to go to a museum or something, like I said, you can't really take him there. Especially not in summers. Because in summer, everybody goes to tourists. It's a tourist trap. You know what I mean? So, like, it's going to be like, man, your son's too loud. And summer is like when all the big blockbuster movies come out, So, you're going to want to go see all the new movies in the theaters. You can't really do that with the screaming child. So, like, it's, you got to it sounds fucked up, people, but you got to pass them off every now and then so you can have a life of your own. And
well, my mom's always ready to take care of Peanut.
Not really, because it's summer. She's going to be going places with Chuck.
Oh, no, she is. She is.
That's what I'm saying. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's... You really can't.
Well, I
enjoy
said she's.
yourself.
Well, I said she's always willing.
That always is an understatement because always would mean always, but she's willing on time that she has free, I guess.
Right.
Is more accurate because always would mean, hey, I'm going out with Chuck. Oh, can you watch the baby? All right, fuck my play with Chuck. I watch the baby. That's always. You know, like that literal definition of always is like any given time, any given day.
Well, it's not like your mom who will only take care of Peanut once he's walking.
But she's straight honest with the shit. She's like, I'm not taking him. You know, there's no masquerade. There's no, shallow. Yeah, I'll do it. And then when you ask him, no, I'm busy. No, she just straight up said, no, I'm not taking him.
Yeah, but when she wants to take him, she's gonna take him like on big trips.
Right, and I'm down. Oh man, I can't wait for that. As long as he checks in, and I get to talk to him and I make sure he's okay, which I know he'll be, But
yeah, your mom can FaceTime us.
Exactly, so as long as I get to see him, I don't think I'll miss him. You know what I mean? Like as long as I see him.
Well, yeah, I know because you're the type that you'll come home, Peanut's sleeping, and then Peanut wakes up and you're just like, oh, I have a son. I forgot. I've never known a man other than Nick that will literally say, I forgot I had a child.
Because of the fact that I'm so involved.
Yeah, try to save your ass on this.
I'm not saving my ass. I'm just being honest. I'm so involved in my, in my own self, like doing a podcast for you guys, doing the gaming league that we're doing now for Dark Forces.
He's very self-centered.
It's not that self-centered. I always kept busy. I've never been somebody just to rest on my laurels, as they say, or rest on my hands, or like sit on my ass. I'm always doing something. I always got something going on. There's always a project that I'm working on, or there's always, a commitment I have. So that's always been me. So when it's actually time for me to do something with my son, it's just like I forget that I have a son. I forget like, okay, yeah, I can't do that because today I got to take him to a doctor's appointment, or okay, today, I got to spend time with him. Like, so when I come home and I want to spend time and just sit down and play my Xbox, or catch up on the playing that I didn't do and get my rank up in Overwatch, or if I want to write on my book, or if I just anything like that, I can't do the same things that I did once before. And I didn't think it was going to be that bad because there's 3 of us, but somehow, some way, I still get roped into the shit. So it's just like, when I'm ready to do something, like right now the podcast, I'm just like, oh right, I can't do the podcast because Peanut's up. I gotta wait till either Eve takes him out the house, or he's asleep. Then if he's asleep, and then we really get into the podcast and we completely forget that he's here and we're too fucking loud, he wakes up.
Well, yeah, because the other day, both Nick and Eve were playing around,
and we forgot we had a son, and that's my whole point.
Yeah, and then they were mad. They were mad loud, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm just like, I should tell them not to be too crazy because of Peanut sleeping, but I don't want to ruin their fun, so I'm gonna stay quiet.
And that's my point. We both forgot we had a son.
Right, and then
nothing. That's what I'm saying. It's nothing new.
And Eve ran out the room, slammed the door, and next thing you hear is Peanut screaming at the top of his lungs.
Because again, we forgot we had a son, and that's my point. I'm not the only person to do it. It's a common thing. You're in it, and you forget that you had a son.
No.
But for new parents, yes. I mean, if you've been a parent for like 20 years, then of course, you're used to it. You're used to having that crying baby in the corner or whatever.
I feel like Nick really wanted a baby.
I did, and then when the baby got here, and then I realized how inconvenient it would be for my life.
It's not our son is not inconvenient.
I didn't say he's an inconvenience as a person or as a child or my child. I said inconvenience to my life. Meaning, like, when people go, oh, I don't want to have a kid yet because there's so much that I didn't do. Like, I don't think I ever really got that because I was always like, you're an asshole. Like, you're a selfish dick. You know what I mean? Like,
right, but now
I'm in it. Now I'm in it. And then I'm just like, they had a very good point. I think you should have a kid when, you've done everything that you can do. You've done everything that you wanted to do.
Basically, Nick wasn't ready. Nick popped the sperm out and then realized I'm not ready.
No. Popped the sperm out. I was ready. And then when he finally got here, and I saw that my sperm was not a winner when it comes down to the choice of quietness, then I was like, I'm not ready for this loudness and this crazy and this hype. Like I'm not. That's where I'm at. So. It's just like, I love the hell out of my son. Don't get me wrong. Like, I come home and I play with him and I kiss him and everything's good. But then when I want to sit down for like 5 minutes, I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, I need to type my book, or shut the fuck up. I need to do this, or I need to do that. And he's not at the age yet to where you tell him shut the fuck up and he goes, okay, Dad, cool. And he walks away.
You are not going to tell Peanut to shut the fuck up.
I'll tell him, shut the fuck up. That's it. Like, I'll tell you 2 times nicely. Peanut, be quiet. Peanut, please be quiet for daddy. Daddy's working. 3rd time, shut the fuck up. That's it. You listen. It's not just gonna be me, because there's plenty of times where you get mad and you're like, you can't do a Peanut right now, or you can't do this right now. There's gonna be times where Peanut's gonna be like, ma, and you're gonna just sit down there and be like, I'm mad right now. I'm trying to calm down. Ma, what the fuck do you want? Like that's going to happen at some point.
I know. I'm
right, exactly. So
exactly.
So do not give me shit for telling him to shut the fuck up. You can't do that, because you're gonna do the same shit just in a different way. You may not tell him to shut the fuck up, but you may fucking curse at him and be like, what the fuck do you want? It's gonna happen. I'm just saying an inconvenience. Person. I'm just saying an inconvenience. So, but that's what I'm saying. Don't make me out to be the bad guy. It just,
you make it very easy for me to do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Not sit there and throw it on me. There's just times where you just can't do things that you want to do, and they're in the goddamn way. And you're just like, motherfucking move.
Yeah, but I don't get mad at it the way you do. Like
I don't get mad at it. I get very disappointed and very frustrated, because I love my son and I want my son to be here. But at the same time, it's just like, I want to do everything else that I wanted to do. And so I get what people are saying now when they go, I want to experience life before I have a kid and settle down, because they got it figured out, whether because they saw it growing up and they had brothers and sisters or whatever, or they got friends and they see their friends going, whatever it is, but they figured the shit out at some point and was just like, nah, before I go this deep into having a kid, I want to go climb this mountain because I've always wanted to climb this mountain, or I want to make this book because I always wanted to make this book, things like that. They make sure that everything's out of their system before they had a kid. And I was different. I was just like, I can have my kid and still play my game. Cecily will take care of him, for those couple hours. She'll be more understanding. Or Eve's there and Eve got him, I didn't know, okay, well, you know what? He's not going to be in his own bedroom the entire time as that happens. Because, no, it's a nice size apartment that we have now. So he's all over the fucking place. So he's in a walker and he's crawling. So he's in my space. Like, there's no man cave for me to retreat to anymore. There's no peace. There's no man den. There's no office. Now I understand, like, how rich white people have offices. I was always like, why does a man have an office if he goes to work? Like you put your job before your family. Like, why do you need your own office? Now I understand why. Because when you got fucking personal projects that you want to work on, you need that office where you go, don't go in dad's office. Dad don't allow nobody in his office. I get that now. I 100% get that. Why dad has his office. You don't go to his office for shit. Because that's where he goes to get shit done. That's where he goes to get away from your fucking annoying ass. Like, that's what dad does. And I get that now. Like, I get it. Because, like, I want to type up a book that I'm working on, which you guys are going to love, even though Cecily has reservations about it. It's a good book, and Cecily's helping me type it up. But you can't really do that all the time, and I can't crank out, the entire chapters that I want. And I know that after, because Cecily is doing me a favor, and she's typing it up because I wrote it all out. So, I know when I go to edit it, and I'm trying to, fill in the gaps or fill in more information, and he's going, he's trying to tap me and get my attention for me to play with him, I know it's going to be hard. So it's going to take up a lot of my time. That's one thing that I'm afraid of. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
You just went on a whole rant. I get it.
I'm just saying. I'm explaining it to you. Like, I want to be able to have my man cave and my space and work on my projects in peace. Does that make... See, am I crazy, people? Am I crazy for wanting that?
No, I just think that you weren't ready for a kid. I say it all the time.
No, absolutely wrong. I was ready for a kid. I was not ready for... My life was not ready for a kid. Was I ready for a kid? Yes, because look, I love my son. I'll take care of my son all day. But the problem is, my life itself was not ready for a kid. I didn't do everything that I wanted to do.
Look, you know how my mom holds shit against me?
I don't hold anything against Peanut. And
I think you will.
I'm not. Because I still get to do my shit. Because like I said, you guys are very active in parenting. But, I just think that sometimes you gotta be like, let daddy play and take him the fuck out my face. That's
right, but I feel like also...
No, this is good. This is a good conversation. I'm enjoying this conversation. This is a very good parenting conversation. I think that all parents should have. Like, because listen, guys, the minute your sperm is out and, I found out sperm can actually, like, smell. Like, this is not even a joke. The minute, like, it speeds its way to the fucking egg and it goes into it and all that good shit and it creates baby, you're fucked from that point forward. So whatever you want to do, no longer matters. If you wanted to be an actor, so you need to go to like auditions, fuck your auditions. That's not happening no more. I did not understand this at that point of my life, is what I'm saying. When I, fucking 18 months ago, I didn't get that. I was just like, baby, yes, awesome, it's gonna be cool. I want a child, and I've been wanting a child for like the past 6 years. I've been ready for a child. Like my paternal clock was ticking, and I really wanted a kid, but my life was not ready. Like D was not set. My gaming community was not set. I didn't know that I had a writing bug. I knew I always loved to write because I was writing comics. Remember I showed you the D comic. I was always writing stuff. So I love to read and I love to write, but I didn't know that I actually had like a penchant for the shit, like where I actually want to make a full-fledged book, out of my ideas. And all this stuff just hit me at once. And then I got with Cecily, and then I found a significant other that enjoyed the same things I enjoy. So then I'm like, shit, I want to enjoy that with you. So then, I actually had somebody to go to museums with and go, fucking geek out over shit with. And then, I didn't have that with Eve. I just had somebody who was just like, cool, everyone do we do. So, I got it. I thought everything was out of my system, but apparently it's not a midlife crisis. Apparently I had more life in me than I thought I did. And it's unfortunate that, a lot of that gets not put to the sidelines or the back burner, but it's unfortunate now that I got to work around that with Peanut. Because not like I can't do that with my son. It's just I got to work around it. And it just becomes more of an inconvenience. So like I said, he's not an inconvenience for me, but he's an inconvenience for the things I want to do in my life. That's just all it is. So I think for anybody, male or female, you're ready to have a baby, ask yourself, is there anything left in my life that I want to do? And if you're unsure, just try some shit. Because, like, I didn't know I wanted to write a book until I started writing on that first page. And I was just like, oh, I can keep going. Oh, I can keep going. And the idea just kept flowing. And then it just formed a life of its own. So just try some shit. Go take a pottery class. You never know. You might want to be, what is it called? A pottery person,
A pottery person.
I
don't know what the fuck it's called. A botanist. It sounds like a weedhead. Botanist.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Not a botanist, but a botanist. You know what I mean? Like,
wow, babe.
Whatever. A sculptor. Like, just take some shit, and you'll never know. You might discover that's lotion. You'll discover that you might actually find some other things in life that you want to do. That's very good parenting advice. And I should charge you motherfuckers for the shit.
Babe.
That's very good. It's true. It's good parenting advice. Parenting 101 that nobody else will tell you.
Fucking leaky.
So, jump into the comics?
Comics.
Alright, so we're going to jump into comics, guys. So, once again, let's get geeked up with some comics. I don't know what episode we're on, but I think we're pushing the hundreds at some point.
Oh, yeah, we're already...
No, we're not on 100 yet.
No?
But we're close. We're damn close. So, let's get geeked up, guys.
Oh Sith, it's time for comics.
So, comics.
Comics, guys.
Comics is very interesting because, like I said, I haven't really been reading as many comics as I want to because of the fact of money. But yeah, I have been reading the ones that I like, which is the easy ones to pick up and just go with, which is Injustice number 2. The game Injustice 2. I've been reading that, which is really, really good, and I recommend anybody to fucking read it. They're only 99 cents. And this is not sponsored at all, any of that shit, but it's really, really good. And it's really in-depth, just like the first one was. And
in-depth.
I just said that. And it goes into a lot of the pre-game stuff. Like everything that happened beforehand. So you find out, like, Harley Quinn has a daughter, but you don't know who the father is. Yeah, like, so crazy shit. Her name is Lucy, so it might be the Joker and her daughter that nobody knows about.
Really?
Yeah, and she's trying to be Batman's sidekick. She's like, just don't call me Robin type of shit.
Yeah.
Then she gets ambushed by the Suicide Squad, and then, they try to put her into the Suicide Squad. It's crazy. And then, I told you they broke Damian Wayne out of prison, and it was Talia al Ghul, who was Ra's al Ghul's daughter. They killed him. And then you find out that Vixen, who was a hero for a lot of that stuff, sided with Ra's al Ghul, and Poison Ivy's there, and Harley Quinn is there, and they're threatening to blow Harley Quinn's head off, like literally, like with a gun, like blow her head off, or with a bomb in the neck, the Suicide Squad bomb. And then she's like, they kidnapped her daughter, and they're like, if you don't want to work for us, then maybe an incentive will make you work for us. So they got her daughter there, and Poison Ivy protects her from the bullets and all this shit, and with a cocoon, and trying to convince her inside the cocoon to side with Ra's al Ghul and them. And Damian Wayne is there wearing his red Nightwing attire. So it makes you figure, yeah. So it shines a lot of light on the shit. It makes you think, how does Ra's al Ghul play into the game?
Because you never see anything of Ra's
of
al
Ra's al
Ghul.
Ghul, anything. Mind you, remember the Damian Wayne's so-called sister, which you don't know if it's another clone or if it's actually Damian Wayne, actually had a sister. And you don't.
Who would the father be?
Bruce Wayne, obviously. Ra's al Ghul has a hard on for Batman, so everything has to be related to Batman because he wanted Batman to take over and be his successor.
I know.
So if his daughter was gonna have a baby by any man, it would be Bruce Wayne. So, Ra's al Ghul's not in the game, so I'm trying to figure out. And remember, Robin is in the game, not Nightwing.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out how did he convert himself from Nightwing, which is in the Prelude comics, back into Robin for Injustice 2. Why did that happen? How did that happen?
Because he's backing his father and shit in the game. So
no, he's not. He's against Batman.
He is?
Yeah, he's against Batman in the game. That's what I'm saying. He's still bad. In the beginning of the game, Batman has a flashback to when they were, still Batman and Robin, before the whole Injustice thing happened. So I thought that would just be a skin, like Robin as a skin. And his Nightwing would be the full, the whole actual suit would be Nightwing. The character would be Nightwing with Robin as a skin. But no, Robin is the main character, and you'll see the Nightwing alternate skin in the game.
Right. I remember that.
But that's really it. That's a lot of lotion.
My hands feel very dry.
That's expensive as fuck. But I love it.
What lotion is this?
That's like a $9 bottle.
I like it.
Yeah. I'll tell you more about that. But this is not the podcast for lotions. Unless they're paying me to do an advertisement.
I can go get the lotion in the room on a break.
Cool. It's cool. So
it's not because the fact that he mentioned it and he stopped to take his time out.
If you notice, I only scrape it. You're dipping your entire finger into the fucking bottle.
It's very nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm looking like I've had that bottle and it's lasted me 2 months, and you're going through half of it in 2 minutes.
I'm not going through half of it.
So my point is, I'm trying to figure out how he goes back into the Robin character, and why would he do that? Is it because he missed his father? I don't know what it is, because at some point in the story mode for the game, he's back in prison again, and then they break him out of prison with Cyborg. Okay. With Supergirl. So she breaks them all out, thinking that they're the good guys and Batman's evil, because she was raised with Wonder Woman and shit. Yeah. So, my whole thing is, okay, so that means he got out, joined that shit, whatever the fuck crazy shit they doing, and then went and got captured again. Because in the comics, they didn't break out Cyborg, they only broke out Robin. Because it was the League of Assassins, so they only broke out Robin.
Don't you think that the comics take place before?
It takes place before the game. It always takes place before the game. Right. Right, because the game is, you play through the game to the end, Mm-hmm. So the whole point is, I'm trying to figure out how he gets recaptured. Maybe that's why he takes Robin instead of Nightwing. Maybe Nightwing comes back and says, I'm not going to allow you to rule my name. Because remember, Nightwing was the one who gave him his blessing to use a name as a ghost. Right. When he came back as a new dead man. So I'm thinking, does he come back and revoke it? Because there's a lot. Because remember, Injustice 1 comics ran all the way up until, I think, 3 weeks or 4 weeks. A month before the new game came out. Right. That's when they finally finished it. Mind you, that game came out 2 years ago? 3 years ago? So that means it was 3 years worth of issues. And they was calling it year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. But that was only in game years. So, but it actually did take about 3 years to go through the whole arc. Right. So I'm sitting there we might not find out why until a year from now. Right. But it's something to think about. Now, the other one I want to talk about is Power Rangers, which we was talking about. Issue 15. Issue 15. Because we talked about this in the last one. Power Rangers issue 15 just came out, and that rocked my shit.
He had us go hunt it down.
Yeah, because I wanted the actual issue of it. Because I knew it was going to be something big. I just couldn't put my finger on it, but I was like, there's got to be something that's going to happen in issue 15 that's going to be big.
And this is the last one, right?
No. Remember, they joined with the Coinless, and Billy was supposed to transform into the Blue Ranger to save Tommy, who's going to be executed. Remember? Okay. You forgot? We talked about this last podcast. Yeah, I forgot. Remember, they was protecting the artifact. Mm-hmm. He didn't know what the artifact was. Billy died saving Trini. And then Trini was he's like, what's this artifact that, the evil Tommy wants so bad? And she was like, this, the last morpher. So she gives it to Billy, and she goes, you have to morph and save Tommy. Because remember, the evil Tommy was about to kill him, basically, to execute him.
We saw that in the last in the issue 15. That's where that one
scene was, right?
Okay.
So that's where the issue 14 leaves off.
Okay.
And issue 15, I thought would see the reemergence of the Blue Ranger, because you remember I told you had like the self-confidence issues and stuff. So I thought this would be a good way to wrap that Billy arc up and make him have confidence in himself again. But no, it's not. This is an important issue like I knew it would be, but not in the way I thought it would be. This is the issue of the death of Zordon, which is fucking mind-fucking me because of the fact that Zordon is the last motherfucker you think out of everybody that would die.
But did they kill him off in 14?
They didn't kill him off 14. In 14, they blew up the command. Well, I wouldn't say 14, like 13, 12, whatever. When this whole arc started, they blew up the command center. They didn't explain how it happened or why it happened or whatever.
Just that it was blown up.
It was just blown up. It starts off blown up. But they kind of explained it in this one because remember, they were searching for Alpha. Remember? And they found Alpha's head. And then Jason screamed, "Everybody helmets on!" at the last second because they realized it was a bomb. And that, remember, it takes place in issue 15. Mm-hmm. And then he says, "Helmets on," remember? And then they go put their helmets on and the command center gets blown up. So at the same time that command center gets blown up, that's in our time, like current time, main story.
Right. Because the way it starts off is in the other world where they were trying to basically find Zordon, no? And he's just like, "It's working."
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So, the whole thing is taking place, and you see two Zordons meet: the Zordon from the evil world and the Zordon from the good world, and they're both displaced out of time because if you destroy the tube, he just flows through time and space.
Right. So basically, the Zordon from our world, when he gets basically after the command center blows up, he actually watches the other Zordon in their world, future, right? Mm-hmm. And he sees all the mistakes that Zordon makes. Because he has
faith in Tommy Oliver.
Right.
The same way our Zordon does.
Except that Tommy Oliver is out of his goddamn fucking mind.
Right. And even after they break the spell, he still sides with Rita.
Right.
Right. So he's basically saying, I don't see that the faith that he had of Tommy Oliver was wrong, but I see where it's going. Basically type of shit. So
well, he was saying that basically he sees all of his mistakes. And he sees his unrelenting faith in Tommy
Oliver,
right?
Because even after Tommy betrayed them and so they started to take over the planet, and the Power Rangers were the last ones there, Zordon still would not give up faith in Tommy. And he's like, our Zordon is basically like, "Nigga, don't you see shit's going bad? You need to actually have some faith,
right?
You need to take away that faith. You need to act on it." But he still had faith in Tommy Oliver.
Yes, he did.
So that was ultimately that Zordon's downfall because Tommy came in and killed all the fucking Rangers practically.
Yeah, because Zordon
blew up the command center.
That Zordon was talking to him and he was just like, "You don't have to do this."
Yeah, you don't. Still trying to fight Tommy at the end. Still saying, "Tommy, you could go back on it, even though you conquered the world. You could turn, you could turn Rita down. You're gonna turn against them, and
there's still goodness in you."
Right.
And Tommy's straight up just like, "I will destroy you and your body, your soul," and
just cuts up the command center and just that's it. Fucking Zordon.
Looks like he decapitates him in the tube.
Right, and I mean it's fucked up because Zordon is displaced through time and space, and the tube is the only thing that grounds him there. Kind of like Tracer from Overwatch.
Yeah,
it's the only thing that grounds them. And so both Zordons meet, and Zordon is starting to fade, and Saba's trying to find Zordon. On an astral plane.
Well, we should say Zordon 1 and Zordon 2.
Well, the evil Zordon. Well, the evil Tommy Zordon, and Saba's trying to find him and find the energy signal, so that way he can get to Zordon and try to save him. And so both Zordons meet, and our Zordon and the Zordon from the evil world is dying, and he says, "Do you still have faith in your Tommy Oliver of your time?" And Zordon's like, "Yes, I still have faith in Tommy Oliver." Because so even after witnessing all of that shit go down, he still has faith in Tommy Oliver. So because he's like, the Tommy Oliver in my time, rejected Rita.
Right.
So the Zordon
they discussed that about how different their Tommies are.
Right. So he goes, well, my Tommy didn't, basically, type of shit. So do you, after witnessing what you witnessed, do you still have faith in your Tommy? And Zordon's like, yes, I do. Mm-hmm. Which is a big moment because you see how shit can go. And Zordon at that moment can see how Tommy can snap. And at any given moment, you know, like, he could go evil.
Right.
And yet, he was judging the other Zordon for making the mistake of having faith in Tommy up until the end. But yet, he's doing the same shit.
Right.
So you're judging somebody without really looking at yourself because even he asks you, after seeing what you saw, do you still have faith in your Tommy, even though he's good? And Zordon's like, yeah, nigga, why wouldn't I? Like, you just saw that. You just judged him for the same shit, but you're going to do it.
Well, I don't necessarily think he judged him. I think he was just witnessing
and
the mistakes.
Right, and so he was judging the mistakes. But my point is, we all know how the story ends with Tommy. You know,
right.
Tommy becomes a good guy, White Ranger, Black Dino Ranger, all this crazy shit. So we know how the story with Tommy ends. But it's just, like I said, the comics for the Power Rangers is very dark, you know, which I like. And you see how dark it is, you know, after reading issue 15.
I mean,
you see what I meant? It's not this lighthearted, goofy bullshit. It's like a real dark-ass, you know, comic for Power Rangers to be.
I mean, when you say dark, I think something different, but it is completely different than
in tone
than the shows.
That's what I'm saying. The tone, the show tone is just so goofy, and you know, like.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was made for kids,
right? But that's what I'm saying. But the comics, on the other hand, the death of Zordon, you could not put that shit on TV, like.
No.
You know what I mean? And then having a metaphorical, you know, debate with yourself type of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, philosophical debate. I mean, you can't.
And then at the end,
deep psychological shit.
The evil Zordon's world. His Power Rangers using the Saba sword,
right?
Find our Zordon.
Well, Saba finds Zordon, and that's when Zordon says, "In a couple years, Rangers from my time is going to be sent to your universe. Have faith in them."
Yeah.
You know, and one of them is Tommy Oliver. So even Saba goes, you know, okay, if you believe in them, I'll believe in them. Because remember, Zordon's energy is in Saba.
Yeah.
Remember, the White Ranger energy comes from Zordon, so that's why he was able to track the signature of Zordon down. He was just too late to save him. What I think was Saba was going to sacrifice his own energy
to bring him back.
To bring Zordon, but he was too late. That's why. Remember, Saba is a living creature talking and shit. So
I mean, I wonder why our people didn't use.
Because there's no Saba in our timeline. Right now, in our timeline, there's just the Green Ranger.
Oh,
he never evolved into the White Ranger.
To get right.
So there's no Saba yet, you know. So there's no
White
Ranger.
So then there's no way that he will ever get that because that comes from Zordon.
No, but remember, Tommy has a candle in the Power Rangers universe, and like once that candle, the Green Ranger candle, burns out, he loses his powers. That's how the Green Ranger disappeared on the show.
Okay.
Because the minute Rita put a spell. Remember, Rita created the Green Ranger.
Right.
So she created a candle that would take away Tommy's powers. And the minute the candle runs out, you know, he loses his powers.
Okay.
So you can't. The only way you can save him is if you stop the candle, or you know, if the powers just disappears. So once Tommy becomes powerless, you know, Rangers have to deal with the fact that there is no Green Ranger anymore. The only thing that he passes a Dragon Dagger on to Jason and his shield to Jason. You know, because that's the only thing that's really sets them apart. You know.
Right.
So that way they still have the Dragon Zord and they still have the shield. So, after that, Zordon starts working on a new Ranger, which is the White Ranger.
Yeah, but this Zordon is killed, so he can't do that.
No, this Zordon already did. Remember, he was trying to pass his powers to Jason. Jason was going to be the mix between red and white. But remember, like I told you, Tommy interrupted that. And that's why when Tommy killed Jason, he jumped in the spot of Jason. And that's why it's green and white mixed.
Okay. I'm totally confused right now.
You need to listen to the last week's podcast. I discussed all this.
I think I probably spaced out.
Wow, good job.
I listened.
I love it. Good job.
But didn't really pay attention.
Good job. Because Jason, the last ditch effort, because they took over the world, Jason was going to become like the White Ranger mixed with red, basically.
Let me just read the comments.
No, I'm recapping it. So that's what was going to happen. They broke into the command center. And
our world?
Evil world. They broke into the command center.
See, you fucking me up between this one and that one.
You gotta remember what's happening in our world takes on the same timeline as a show. So you know there was never a red-white mix. You know that.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So there has to be the other world. So in the other world, in the evil world, they have no other Rangers. They can't find anybody to become the White Ranger. Basically, like there's no other person Zordon chooses. He chooses to make a Super Ranger by combining 2 powers, red and white. So obviously, Jason being the leader, Jason was chosen. He steps into the white light to receive the powers of the White Ranger. As he's doing that, the evil Tommy breaks in, and the evil Tommy basically kicks Jason out of the way and takes the power. And that's why his suit is white and green mixed.
Okay.
So
got it.
And then with his new powers, he kills Jason.
Okay, got it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's how he's like. That's why he looks so badass now. But which also is appropriate because remember, Tommy was the White Ranger and the Green Ranger too.
Right.
So it's good fan service as well because it shows you what could happen if like his powers got mixed. It looks really cool. But that's where the comic is now.
Okay.
So I guess with issue 16 is going to pick up with Trini giving the morpher to Billy and then see if you save Tommy or not.
Right.
Which obviously it will because again they're taking a path of the show. So even though none of this shit happened in the show, they're taking a path of the show. So
no, I get it.
Yeah. So at some point Tommy will become the White Ranger. But it's really cool because Tommy, I don't even think will figure it out, and I don't think Zordon will ever talk about the White Ranger or Saba. But now you know, at least in the comic world, Tommy knows who Saba is. So when he becomes the White Ranger and gets Saba, I think it's going to click for him. You know what I mean? Because remember, like Saba is in that universe.
Right. So
he sees Saba. Saba was the one who helped him get into the Falcon Zord, who brought them to the Coinless, which was Zack and Trini. You know. So when he gets Saba, he's going to be like, oh shit, I remember you from the evil timeline. Oh wait, so I was always supposed to be the White Ranger. Oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think it will start to click, you know? But I don't think they'll mention it. Like, Zordon won't mention they met Saba, you know, and I don't think Tommy is going to go back and tell Jason all of them what happened. I don't think that's going to happen.
Right.
Because then it's just going to make them paranoid. Like, if there was an evil Tommy, maybe, you know, maybe you'll switch on us, you know?
Yeah. So
I think it'll just be a secret between the three of them, Zordon, Tommy, and Billy.
Yeah.
But the shit is crazy. Then I also read Power Rangers versus Justice League 1 through 4, which is badass because Zack attacks Batman and he goes, you know, why don't you fucking smile? Why don't you ever smile? You know, like he goes, well, he's Batman. That Batman really doesn't smile. That's basically what the Flash says. And he goes, you know, of course I attacked you. You look dark and brooding. You don't look like a superhero. He goes, these guys look like superheroes. You don't look like a superhero, so of course I'm going to attack you.
Right.
You know, you could have been Rita's monsters. He goes, do I look like a monster? He goes, dude, you're dressed like a bat. We fought like crazy as shit. Like we fought like piece of face men and shit. Like we fought crazier shit than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he goes, but you don't smile. So how am I supposed to know you're friendly? Like you look evil.
That's
you know,
hilarious.
Like, yeah, so like it's a funny shit because it addresses the fact that Batman never smiles. Because even after they get split up in teams, and Batman's, you know, fucking ride gets destroyed, you know, Zack is like, well, the only person that could take you there really quick is me. So I guess you got to ride with me. So you would think Batman would smile, like, all right, thank you, man, appreciate it. Nah, Zack just looks at him in the face, like, just gets in his face and is like, why don't you ever smile? Like
you're still not smiling.
Yeah, you're still not smiling. Like it's a good contrast. I like it. It's pretty cool. It's fun.
Yeah, he read that literally all 5 comics on the way home from the comic book shop.
Like it's really, really cool. And those are the comics that I feel I could just jump in. I don't even want to get into the topic of Wolverine's new son that they put into the comics now.
What?
Yeah, apparently now this nigga has 2 sons. Dakin, which was the evil one, and then now another one named James something. But James Howlett is Wolverine's real name, but he named his son after himself, James something. But point is now that's another Wolverine, and now they also bring a Wolverine back from the dead. So
like you guys made such a big deal about actually killing him,
right? And now they're also bringing the Hulk back from the dead.
What?
And now Iron Man is also coming back from the dead. Tony Stark.
Come on!
So they're calling it now Generations. So they don't know how. They're not telling people how they're gonna play this into it, but they're bringing them all back, all 3 of them.
Babe, how was it that Wolverine actually died?
He encased himself in adamantium. He lost his healing factor, and at the end of it, he was going after the guy that was trying to bring him back to the program or whatever, and he basically cut open a vat of adamantium, and it covered him. So he chased the dude down, stabbed him, killed him, like completed his mission, killed him, and just went to the sunset and just basically got on his knees and allowed the adamantium just to finish covering him because he couldn't fight it off. So like that's how he actually died.
And he became like a statue. I remember.
Right. Yeah. So you're gonna have Old Man Logan in the universe. They're gonna bring back Wolverine. You got Laura, X-23, his clone. Then now you got Daken, his son, the evil son. And now you got also his good son, which apparently they're putting him on the original X-Men.
But if he's dead, how did he have his
past sperm? Fuck the bitch, left her. So the whole point is it was because he left her and basically left a message for him, basically saying, if you have this message that I'm dead, I want you to join the X-Men. So the mother knew that he was going to leave. So the young Jean Grey, because remember I told you the past and the future, Jean Grey died, so they brought all the X-Men from the past to the future to fight against the evil Cyclops. So the whole point is they did that, and the young Jean Grey from that, the old school X-Men, goes and gives this message to Wolverine's son. And it's a hologram of Wolverine that says, if you see this, I am your father. You went through adolescence, so your powers must have just shown up. This, whoever I left this with, she's going to teach you right. Join up with the X-Men. Follow whoever's in charge. Don't be like me. Be a better man than me. Because remember, when Wolverine's powers first came, he was, in every war and killing people and, working, for shadow governments and assassin and all this crazy shit. So basically, he wanted a different life for his son. So he dropped him off just so his son could grow up differently than he did. He wanted him to have a normal life. But he knew the powers would show up eventually. So that's why he recorded the message that if you see this, then obviously your powers show. Like, you hit puberty, your powers just emerged. So if you see this, I'm dead. I want you to join the X-Men.
But how would she get in contact with him even if he wasn't dead?
Oh, you talk about Wolverine?
Yeah.
No, they just give it to him. Like Wolverine left that as like in the X-Mansion. Basically, it was left there. They found it in Wolverine's shit. Because when they tracked it, they thought it was Wolverine, like the mutant signature, healing factor, claws. They thought, Old Man Logan's standing right beside me, and so is X-23. So who the fuck is that? You know what I mean? So like, they figured Wolverine must came back from the dead or whatever. So they start going through his shit, and they find a recorded message.
Okay.
They find out that motherfucker had a son. So they figure out that's who it is. They play the message for him. He says okay. He joins. And now there's a cover called X-Men Blue that has all the original X-Men, the past X-Men, and also Wolverine. So it's kind of like a what if Wolverine joined the X-Men in the beginning type of thing,
right? Rather
than at the end.
Yeah.
Because remember, the original X-Men was Archangel and Beast and Cyclops and Jean Grey, Storm. That team.
Yeah.
But Storm joined later on. Wolverine joined later on. Everybody joined later on. But the original 5 was Iceman, Beast, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Archangel. That was the original 5. So now they threw the young Wolverine's son, on that team because he's only a teenager too. So it's like a what if Wolverine type thing. But now these new heroes are going to be mentored by the ones that died. So we all know Riri Williams took over the Iron Man with Tony Stark's brain in the armor.
Right, and he said, "Don't let anybody else know that I'm in here." Right.
So the whole point is, but his body's still alive, but they can't figure out where his brain is.
Right.
And is in a suit.
Right. He said, "Don't let anybody."
Yeah, he did that on purpose
don't let anybody know
because he knows that he's a self-destructive to himself. Because remember that whole war started, Civil War 2, because of him. So they're gonna bring him back. So that means you have to merge his consciousness back to his body in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
So that's gonna be interesting.
You want to know what's fucked up? Is I think I watched the first Iron Man, but I haven't watched the other 2. But I love Avengers. And I figured out the other day that the reason I love Avengers is because there's Tony Stark in small quantities. I don't think I can sit there throughout a whole movie watch it.
You gotta watch Iron Man 1. It's a really good movie.
I know that one I saw.
It's a really good character development.
Yeah, I think
asshole to like.
But I think that's why I liked it, because he seemed more grounded. And the other 2, he's back to being the fucking pretentious prick that he was in the beginning of the first movie.
Right, but he's doing it for a good reason. He's not selling like nuclear weapons and shit anymore.
It doesn't matter.
But he's not selling weapons and shit anymore. It's kind of like being a smart. But that's a part of his charm. That's why. That's part of his charm. That's why everybody loves him, because he is a smart ass.
But that's why I feel like I can only take him in small quantities. That's why I can take him in the Avengers movie and like in the Spider-Man movie that's gonna come out. You know, I could watch it because it's not all Tony Stark.
Like Tony Stark would be me if I had like his brain. Like, I would be more like Tony Stark. I would be an asshole. Like, I would be a complete dick.
I could not be with you.
Give me $1 million. Like,
I could not
make
be
me a
with
millionaire like him and give me his genius. And I'll be just like that. I'll be the sarcastic prick, too. I mean, come on now. That's just, it's in our cocky persona. It's in our DNA. Us cocky people, it's not in our DNA.
Maybe that's why I can only take in small quantities sometimes.
Probably. I know you can only take me in small quantities. You know, quantities. It just doesn't surprise me. Yeah, it's
I don't think I'm like any superhero at all.
No,
I'm not.
Unless they create one annoying bitch lady. I mean, then you'll be like that one. But what? See, that's what Tony Stark is in me. That's what I'm saying. So the Hulk, though, is interesting because the Hulk right now is with Amadeus Cho. You know, another genius, boy genius, Asian kid. He's a new Hulk. That's why they call him the totally awesome Hulk.
I remember. Yes.
Now, that's he got the powers of the Hulk from absorbing it from Bruce Banner, which allowed Bruce Banner to be normal again. You know,
I remember.
So he
that
swapped
series.
powers with
yeah.
him. Now the whole point is though, if you bring back the Hulk, what happens to the totally awesome Hulk? You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that. So they're saying now, oh, don't worry, they're not going to take the forefront. It's not like we're just going to toss away our characters. These are going to be like mentors. So I'm like, but how many Wolverines do you have running around now? Because now you got Doc and his evil son. You got the good son.
James.
You got X-23. Yeah. You got Old Man Logan. Then you got the young chick that hangs out with X-23, who is a clone of X-23. So that's another Wolverine. And then now you're bringing back that's 7 fucking Wolverines, yo. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I love Wolverine.
Wolverine is basically the X-Men franchise, if you think about it. But the whole point is, because remember the movie and Hugh Jackman.
I can't believe Hugh Jackman is like, he's gonna stop being. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, there's some people in Hollywood I thought would have played a better Wolverine than Hugh Jackman in the beginning. So, I mean, if I thought that in the beginning, but now I can't see anybody else in the role. But the whole point is, in the beginning, I was just like, who's this motherfucker playing Wolverine? He don't look anything like Wolverine.
But he's great.
Yes, I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying if I was able to see it in, before.
Yeah, you're talking about the casting process.
Right, exactly. If I was able to see other people as Wolverine before, I got faith that maybe, there are still people out there that could play Wolverine. It's just going to be hard to surpass because he's been Wolverine for so fucking long. I think, 15 years? Something like that?
Yeah, close to.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard to see somebody surpass that, but I mean...
I feel like it's going to be one of those, when Peanuts generation.
Yeah, that's when they bring back another Wolverine.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
And then our generation is going to go, we're going to go with Peanut and be like, nah. He didn't live
Hugh
up
Jackman's
to it.
Better.
Yeah, he didn't live up to it. And Peanut's going to be like, no, but it was great. It was awesome. We're going to be like, no.
But at the same time, you can also say that they did the same thing with Joker and Heath Ledger. But, I mean, there's been good Jokers out there. Heath Ledger Joker was amazing. He was amazing. That's
my favorite Batman movie.
But that's what I'm saying. He was amazing. But if you look at it, Mark Hamill, the animated series Joker, is the Joker.
Right.
That's why he's in every video game. He's in every movie.
But I'm not talking about the animated series though.
But I'm talking about the voice, the persona. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Nobody ever did. The Joker was always the type of character that was always goofy. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at Adam West back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Bam, pals. Joker was always goofy.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill with Batman the animated series, which revolutionized superhero cartoons, by the way. And it was really dark for. It
was great.
It took Batman from a goofy character and made him a dark character.
I feel like that's...
And Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker.
I know.
Okay, that voice of the Joker is in every fucking cartoon now. Every movie that they make, whoever's playing the Joker, they try to sound like Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
That's why even after Mark Hamill announced that he was retiring as Joker, he still came back and did the last Arkham game. You know what I mean? Like the voice, he made that whole persona.
Didn't he also do the Killing Joke?
Yeah, he also voiced the Killing Joke.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He was in retirement. He said he wasn't doing the Joker no more because it was taking a strain on his vocal cords. And of course, he knew. At the time he didn't announce it, but he was coming back as Luke Skywalker, so he kind of needed those vocal cords. You know what I mean? So, But the whole point is, like, when you think of the Joker, you think Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
You know, you hear that voice in your head. You hear that maniacal laugh. You hear that, you know, that tone. I don't hear Heath Ledger. But when I think of, like, okay, watching a movie, like a live movie, Heath Ledger's Joker is going to be hard to top. Unless you put Mark Hamill in there and let him look like the Joker.
Yeah, but I don't even think Mark Hamill could do...
I would love to see a live action Mark Hamill Joker.
I can't see it.
I would love it. They had Mark Hamill. They had Mark Hamill read Heath Ledger's lines, right? And there's a video of this. It was at Comic-Con. They had him read his lines. So the fan was like, "Can you just say, you know, this one line from the movie?" So he did it, and when he did it, it sounded fucking amazing.
I'm not
10 times better than Heath Ledger.
I'm not trying to say that it wouldn't like sound amazing. I can't visualize it. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Because that animated series is the one. Because if anybody knows me, you guys know I kind of don't like DC, but Nick has kind of converted me.
Speaking of DC,
like DC,
they merged both Supermans back together into one.
Don't get into it. This goes back to this is why I don't like DC. You motherfuckers is too complicated.
But listen, Marvel just announced that they're fucking reviving 3 dead characters that was supposed to define their brand.
I just my brain does not. I can't.
Let's not talk about the fact that they brung back the ultimate Steve Rogers.
No.
So now there's 2 Captain Americas in the universe. That's Marvel.
Look, you go and you take my positivity and what I'm trying to say about DC, and you just make it so that I wash my hands of both.
But that's my point. So you're bringing back all these characters from the Ultimate Universe, throwing them in here.
But you didn't even let me finish my statement.
Oh, okay, finish your statement.
You're such an asshole.
Oh, by the way,
God.
Put a pin in that. They brung the Ultimate Thor. Ultimate Thor is not back, but they brung his hammer and put his hammer back. So
whatever, I'm not gonna say anything. Goodbye.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm not saying it.
No, just say it.
No.
Go ahead, say it.
No, you kept interrupting me.
Don't be like that. Just say it for the listeners. Go ahead.
The animated series is the only one that I liked.
The movies?
No.
Oh, the animated series?
Yes, that's what I just said.
Oh, did you ever watch Superman the animated series?
I think.
Yeah, or Batman Superman Adventures? That was a good one.
No.
Justice League and Justice League Unlimited? Really good.
You saw which Justice League ones I saw. I saw them with you. So if they're not the ones that you just mentioned, then I didn't see them.
Oh, you talk about the movies. Yeah, you gotta watch the show.
No, I never
The
seen
show
the show.
was fucking amazing. But from here, we're gonna jump into movies. We're gonna talk about movies?
Yeah.
Okay, because we're talking a lot about movies. We might as well just jump into the fucking movies.
Okay.
Alright, movies. Yeah?
Películas.
Yeah, I knew you was going to do something. Go ahead.
Oh Sith, you need to watch this.
Oh, shit that you should watch. Yeah, we got Eve here.
What's up, guys?
Baby,
Oh my god, we have a child. We just discussed this
I'm sorry.
earlier.
I'm like really hyper. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I haven't had any coffee, but I feel wired.
You need to get closer to the microphone.
Then I'm gonna be like a hunchback. Like this,
So then move
this
the
is
chair.
uncomfortable.
Babe, you need to
I'm
move the chair
sitting
closer.
on a bar chair. It's pretty high.
Just move it closer,
Because
babe.
he doesn't know how to lower chairs.
This is how low it goes, Nick. How low can you go? How low can you go?
You know, it's very rare that all three of us is on the podcast at the same time.
Yes,
It's
it is.
rare, but this is what you get.
This is the reason why. Yeah. And she hits me. It wasn't even Cecily this time. It was Eve.
All right.
So,
I'll have you know, because you weren't watching, when you were playing the intro music, Eve was behind you doing this.
I got moves. What? I got
I almost
moves.
spit out my fucking drink. Thank you.
That's not my fault.
And she did it right behind your head. So it's like
It's
she was
not
doing
my fault.
it
You didn't even
towards your head,
notice.
like
You didn't even notice me.
Like twerk dancing towards my head.
Don't hate. Don't
You
hate.
complaining about the fucking height of the chairs because you spent your whole entire time dancing.
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
All right. So, yeah, let's talk about Bitten. Bitten is...
Bitten. Can't help myself. What about Bitten?
Why do you sound like a retarded Forrest Gump? There's more retarded than a regular Forrest Gump.
It's a Forrest Gump.
The reason
Run, Jenny, run.
babe, you sound better when you do it in the street. She does that to me all the time.
Oh yeah, I do.
I'm running
every
across
time
the
she
street
runs.
and she be like, run.
Remember Cecily?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, everybody. I'm just in between fucking mental and like.
And Nick really isn't sitting in the middle.
Oh, this is the reason why three of us can't sleep in the same bed sometimes.
No, but
So-
we do.
Let's talk about Bitten, and you don't say a fucking word.
Yeah,
You know the
every
only
time
reason
you
she
say it.
says it like that is because you watch whatever show that was with the guy talking about batteries.
Oh yeah.
She only really gets it.
Why does she sound like a car that's having trouble starting up?
No, that's fucked up. Don't say that.
Look, she's like,
That's one of my laughs.
why are you pulling on my shirt? Jesus.
Because you're being mean.
You see? Why? What's the problem?
So anyway,
Can you
about the damn
talk-
the damn show.
The show's really good. Nick, that he's looking at me just dying laughing right now. No, but
It's really good.
It's really good. And the only thing that frustrates me is I was just checking out to see how many episodes there were, and then Nick went ahead and read the whole synopsis.
Because that's what he does.
Right,
Everything.
because he was like, no, you're cheating. You're reading. I'm like, no, I'm just...
I figured she was cheating, and I might as well just do the same day. I didn't think so.
Just an excuse.
So
You're going to end up doing it anyway.
So I went ahead and I read the synopsis of the episode. It's not like I watched the episode. I just skipped ahead. But apparently they made books out of it. So they discontinued the series, but they made books out of it.
Yes.
It's like a Twilight type TV show, except without vampires, werewolves.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's messy. Elena's very messy.
I don't know if Eve likes the show. Eve, you like the show?
Yeah, of course I like the show.
Oh, because that's the
Been
thing.
watching it with you.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's because you feel forced to, or because you know how Eve gets
No,
into shows.
no,
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 if I don't
she
like the
would
show,
fall
I don't
asleep.
watch it with you.
Yeah, and she'd fall asleep or she'd come out to the living
Or
room.
she'll watch fucking stupid ass Arrow.
Shut up, don't hate.
I don't know why you watch that.
That show's
It's a
fucking
good show.
stupid.
Arrow is a good show.
That show,
But that's not what we're talking about. So,
Arrow fucking
Moving on.
horrible.
Moving on.
Sucks horse. But see, why you gotta get all physical? That's just plucking and shit. Shut up. Cecily used to do that.
Yeah, I've gotten good at
Now
that.
it looks like you just took a shower.
I know. I'm
How
like,
much
why is it
fucking
so
lotion is on
oily?
your
Her hands look
yeah.
mad oily.
It's not my
Wow.
fault that the uterine is oily.
Watch lubrication.
Give me your face.
Come on,
Oh,
stop
no.
playing.
Give me your
Oh
face.
no.
No, give me your
So
face.
stop playing.
And
stop
you know
playing.
what's funny is that the girl's name Elena, that's actually the name of the TV show, that vampire show, The Vampire Diaries. The vampire, her name's Elena, so it's kind of funny that her name's Elena too, except she's a werewolf. It's funny.
I don't think any of us talk about Vampire Diaries. It's just that you like.
She's
I was just-
let her bring it up.
Oh my god!
Let
Give
her-
me something to throw at you. Just give me something.
You're right next to him. Just hit him.
But he keeps complaining about me.
She reminds me of Sal from Impractical Jokers. Oh my god!
What?
She sounded just
I don't
like her
get
just
it.
now.
I don't get it. What is he talking about?
In the episode of Impractical Jokers, it's almost like he was trying to talk like he had his mouth full of water.
Who?
Sal.
Okay.
And he's like, oh my god! He just sounded.
You know what? Hold on. I need a pillow.
You can't hold.
Oh
You can't.
man.
You
So,
can't leave.
No, I'm not
so
leaving.
Wonder Woman also came out, and Wonder Woman is apparently dominating the box office, and they're saying that it's a better movie than any of the DC movies that came out. Better than Man of Steel, better than Batman vs Superman, better than Suicide Squad, which I really had high hopes for Suicide Squad.
Yeah, me too, but it wasn't so great.
Yeah, it was not great.
I really had high hopes for Suicide Squad, but apparently Wonder Woman is doing good. It's getting like a 97% critic score. So the controversy around that is that they're having all female screenings at some theaters across America, and this is a good opportunity to actually bring it up to both of you. What do you think of that? Do you think that's a good thing, a bad thing?
I don't
All
really
female
care.
screaming.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't think it's kind of fucked up to have an all female screening
Nah.
of a movie that's, I guess, about female empowerment? 'Cause that's what
I mean,
they're
I
saying.
feel like that's where feminism comes into.
Well, that's what they're saying. That is a very feminist
and
thing
I
to
hate
do.
and I hate that. So
But that's what I'm trying to. So, do you agree with that, or do
No,
you? Because
I don't agree, but I don't really care about it.
I mean, if it was an all male screen,
I don't know.
I mean, people would be up.
I kind of actually have mixed feelings about it, just because, like I said, it's kind of feminist.
I get that it's the Amazons and it's the first female lead type of thing. Like
yeah, but who cares?
I get that.
The people that really made that a big thing originally was males being into the comics. So why would you alienate such a big part of what's actually going to bring you money?
But they're not doing it permanently. They're just doing like a certain chunk of the day.
Still,
it's females
that's
only.
Stupid.
I'm just saying.
I don't really care about it, but if you really want my opinion, I think it's retarded. That's what I'm saying.
I want the opinion of the actual two females sitting next to me.
It's retarded.
Yeah, I agree. It's stupid.
Because I mean, I can see both sides of the story, and I get the whole female empowerment.
You hate feminism, though. So
I do.
I know. I hate it.
Well,
too.
I don't hate feminism. Don't get me wrong. I hate.
You hate feminists.
I hate radical feminists.
I feel like no.
I don't hate like.
I have not met like one.
Like Elijah, like Eliza the comedian. Like I like her. She's a feminist. She's cool.
Who?
Eliza.
I don't know.
I also like Sarah Silverman. She's a feminist, but I like her too. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
but that's because you don't have to deal with her in your life. You've never met a real life feminist that you like.
Yes, I actually have.
Like who?
Like a lot of people from my old high school, they were very big on female empowerment, and we were cool.
A lot of girls that we've like gone on dates with,
right? We're feminists, and I'm okay with that. But the thing is, I don't like the radicalness. I don't like if I hold a door open for you, you're like, oh, well, I can hold it for myself. Like bitch,
or
no.
I can pay for my own drink.
Right? Like I'm glad. I'm glad. I know you can pay for your own shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Great.
But
good
like,
for you.
But I'm just trying to be a gentleman. Like if you could be an independent woman, why can't I be a gentleman? You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I don't like. I don't like the radical feminists. You know what I mean? So it's not that I don't like feminism. I don't like the radical feminists.
Right.
To me, that's just too extreme.
Very common these days, though.
Exactly. So and that's why they're having these things, because I guess that's who they're trying to attract. But I
get why they're doing it, but it's stupid.
But it's creating controversy because everybody's saying, well, that's separation, a segregation of genders and all that stuff.
I can see how it would be seen that way.
Because they're saying if men did that and it was like an action movie and it was all men only, you know what I mean? Women weren't allowed to see it.
There would be a huge problem.
Well, women would be like, oh, well, I can't see what a man can see, that type of shit. So like, now
that's why I say it's retarded.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So now people are just like, isn't that kind of like a double standard that is okay for them but not, So
there's so many double standards.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, with feminists, you can never win.
Exactly, that's why I can't stand them.
I mean, like, it's the same type of people that says like, oh well, when a woman gets raped, what she wears is not a factor.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
see, like things like that, I have problems with, because
I know. But are we really going to talk about this right now?
Yeah, that's what
we're talking about shit that you should watch.
Right, but that's what we do. We talk about it, and I'm comparing it to that. Like, I understand a woman should be able to wear whatever she wants to wear. Great, thumbs up.
Yeah, just understand that when you go out. Sorry,
right.
Nick.
I mean, but it's kind of like you're wrapping meat around your neck, and they go, "Why is the dog trying to attack me?" I mean, if a nigga got issues and he's a fucking rapist, and you're wearing shit that makes it seem like you have nothing. Compared to the girl that looks like she's dressed for the fucking winter, compared to you, I think you're the easier target because, not because you look like, oh, you want dick, but because you're basically wearing nothing.
Yeah.
So it's less takeoff and it's less of a hassle, and you're showing more of your body for him to get more sexually aroused. So it's the same shit. So I can see both sides of the spectrum, and I can see both sides of the argument for this too. I can see the fact of, yes, it's okay for female, empowerment, but at the same time, I think that it is fucked up. So I don't know. I'm like torn on this issue. I feel like this is the type of issue where, only person that I could really say has a right to that is the females. I think that's a female conversation that the females need to do together. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, is it okay to do that? I definitely
think
later, like shit that we should talk about. We're gonna talk about your whole rape comment. I'm not gonna talk about it here in this section.
Oh, so you disagree with me?
I will talk about it later.
But do you disagree though?
Yes.
So. Okay.
But like I said, I'm not going to talk about it here. We'll talk about it later.
All right. So,
anyway.
So we'll get to that. So stay tuned for that one. That's going to be an interesting one. Anything else that we've been watching?
No.
No.
No, we've been really hooked on Bitten.
Yeah, Bitten's been a thing lately. But, I did watch Tracy Morgan's comedy special. And I would say anybody that wants to laugh, but then at the same time just check up on Tracy Morgan and see how he's doing after being hit by the Walmart truck, watch it. He addresses that a lot. And he talks about the value of life and all that shit. I mean, it's really interesting. Because remember, he was in a coma and they was going to pronounce him dead and all this shit. And then all of a sudden he snapped out of it. And then he had short-term memory. He forgot who he was. He didn't know he was Tracy Morgan. It's like this whole crazy shit. You know, and he actually pulled off a comedy special. And that shit surprised me. It really did. Like, he did a whole...
What, on Netflix?
Yeah. He did a whole comedy special, and they had a chair in the middle of the room, like kind of like it looked like a psychologist chair type of thing, but because of the fact that since he was injured, like he could walk around the stage, but he can't stand on his feet for so long. So every now and then he sits down in the chair and then like leans back in it type of thing, because and so you could clearly tell like he's in pain, you know.
Right.
So it's really good if you just want to just catch up with Tracy Morgan and see how he's taking the whole Walmart. You know,
at first, when you mentioned Tracy Morgan, I was like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" I remember now.
He's a dude that looked like Bro Man from the Fifth Floor from Martin, but he's not. He was.
Wow.
Said Bro Man.
Yeah, you remember him?
God,
remember?
Yeah.
He looked like him, but he's not him.
I know who
he was from SNL, and then he was on 30 Rock. Yeah.
But I just finished saying that I remembered. And
yeah,
then he goes to all these examples.
But sometimes Cecily says I remember, but she really doesn't remember. She's just going along with it. So you just gotta make sure she remembers.
Just gotta woosa. Just woosa.
Says she's agitated because she wants to get to the topic of the whole...
Alrighty, so that's it for us shit you should watch.
No, I don't think it is. Is it?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
No, because Nick refuses to watch Rogue One. You didn't want to watch another movie with me. What else did you not watch with me? We should talk about the shit that you don't want to watch with me. How about that?
Don't want to watch. We'll make that a thing.
What was I going to say? I see I had an anime
threw
in
him
my
off.
head.
I
had an anime in my head and she threw me off. If you ever see Sword Art Online, go check out Sword Art Online.
Yes, and you also haven't watched Attack on Titan.
Oh my God.
The second season with me. I've been watching it by myself.
Because you already read the manga. You know more than the fucking where they at right now in the episodes.
What?
So like to me
you should watch Attack on Titan.
It's amazing.
I like binge watching my stuff. Like I'm not the type of person now to just watch episodes.
So then so when season 2 comes out, you'll watch the whole season 2 with me. Is that what you're saying?
I probably will, but again, you already know what's gonna happen, so it kind of kills.
But what does that matter?
It kills the intrigue. It kills the whole thing. Like when we watched 13 Reasons Why, we didn't know what was gonna happen from episode to episode, so it was really really good. You know, it kept you on the edge of your seat. But when you know, you're just sitting there like, oh okay, yeah, whatever. And since she likes to bite her nails and shit, so that's what she's gonna do the entire time. She's gonna bite her nails and be like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen next. Like it's not really the same thing. It's not the same surprise or the same,
Yeah,
twist.
it is.
Because you already know what it is.
So what?
So there's no twist. There's no twist with you. There's no enjoying the experience with you.
Yes, I am.
When you watch something with somebody, you want to enjoy the experience.
I'm gonna enjoy the experience because it's an anime.
Okay. So
like I said, moving on.
Games. We're going into games.
You suck.
You're going into games. We're not talking about that. You're going into games. You could watch Attack on Titan, bite your nails, and read the manga all you want. You talk about me skipping ahead on Ben. You skipped ahead like 4 seasons of Attack on Titan.
Shut up.
Well, let's go to games.
Sith, don't play yourself.
Fuegos.
So games, we're talking about games. Like I said, the Overwatch season 5, I think it is now.
I think it's 4.
4 or 5 is underway.
Where'd you get placed?
I got placed at 22 something, which is so fucking low. But I ended the season. My season high last season was 2581, which put me in platinum, and now I'm in gold, which is under that at 22 something. Which I'm not really too happy. A lot of people aren't too happy with their placements. Everybody's complaining about it, but some people are getting really lucky. But the Overwatch development team at Blizzard knew that they was going to do that. So your first 15 games, you actually get more points than you normally did, so you can rank up faster.
Okay.
But the point is, if you know you're going to put everybody lower than they already were, why even do that in the first place?
I don't get the reason why they do that. I don't get what's the method behind it.
There is no method. That's the whole point. The point is to create a competitive environment. They want people to be placed out where they actually are. Because if you're a good player, right, then you're going to place higher than everybody else. But if you're a shit player, you're going to place lower. So the thing is, people buy the game every day. Every day there's new players. So you can't really assess how good that player is unless you put them against other people and see how they come out.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Uh-huh.
Like, Michael Jordan could be good this year, but then in his 40th season, he might not be that great. But will you still leave him in Diamond? He's not that great anymore.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to say? So you constantly have to keep reevaluating a talent. You know, that way to keep it competitive and, like, a good atmosphere for things. But
what about everybody else in DE? Did they get into...
a lot of them got into platinums. Like, very few of us hit golds, you know. But the reason I hit gold is because I'm mainly a tank, or I'm a support tank. And the whole point of my job is to protect the team and be the main one in the front. And that's what I really don't like, is the fact that supports, like healers and, you know, turrets and stuff, like I like playing with Torwarn and stuff like that, they don't get as many points as DPS does. The damage dealers, basically, the ones with the shotguns and the rifles.
Right.
They get, like, if I was playing as one of them, I would have got platinum automatically, you know, but I'm not. So even though I'm doing the same amount of damage, I'm getting the same amount of kills, and I'm doing more for my team because I got the shield up and I'm pulling people off and I'm setting people up for like combo ults and stuff like that. I'm doing all of that, but I'm not getting the same amount of points as somebody whose job is just to shoot shit is. Okay. So
don't you think Blizzard should fix that?
Everybody's been saying it, that support and tank should have the same amount of points as the DPS characters.
Yeah, because it makes it unfair.
Right, exactly. But Blizzard is saying, well, a healer can't win the game by herself. She needs somebody, you know, that can shoot. Understandable, but at the same time, without a healer, the person that's shooting is going to die. So, I mean, technically it goes both ways. So it's the same thing with me. If I'm not in the front line, and now that I use D.Va, and I use, you know, I've always used D.Va, but I use Orisa now and stuff like that, I'm getting the little Minotaur. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting like 40 kills a game because she can actually shoot further than D.Va can, you know, and she's more accurate. But I'm getting like 40 kills a game and maybe like 10 deaths, so 40 and 5 or something like that. Uh-huh. Plus, I'm getting damage block because I have the shield. Right. So I'm getting a block, you know, score as well. So I should technically be going higher than I was with D.Va, but that's not the case. I'm actually lower than I was with D.Va.
That's weird.
Because of the fact that she's a tank. She's more of a tank than D.Va is.
Right.
You know, D.Va's more in your face, you know, whatever. But I'm getting more kills. I'm getting more assists and everything than I normally would.
So then, shouldn't that factor into it instead of?
And I would agree with you, but apparently it's not. So, yeah, fuck me, basically.
That's retarded.
Yeah.
I can see why you stopped playing it for a while.
Yeah. Tekken 7 came out,
and I kind of want the game, but then I don't really know. I'm like iffy on it.
I would say they emphasize story mode a lot more than they normally would have.
And I love playing the story mode. The story mode to me was always so short, and then all you had to do was play like competitive matches with your character, and then level your character up, basically.
Yeah, and I never liked that. With Tekken story mode, I always thought it was very shallow. Like, they gave you the basis of the story,
and that was it.
Yeah, and that you played through it, and there was never any cutscenes until the end. The end, there was always that ending cutscene, but there was never any. Oh, I'm going to force you to play with this character or that character. You know?
I mean, it's the same thing with Soul Calibur.
Right,
it was
it's
the
a
same
very shallow story, and I never really liked that. When they tried to put that story in the last Soul Calibur game,
it was horrible.
I hated that. You got the kids of the grandchildren of the.
Yeah, I hated it.
Then you got to bring together the 3 relics, which is basically Killick's staff and 2 others, and there's a god involved.
Yeah,
like,
it was too much.
Yeah, it was just I didn't like that at all. But Eve, what surprised me is Eve actually played Injustice.
Oh yeah, why are you surprised by that?
Because you don't play video games.
Yeah, but there's certain games that I will play.
Eve is the person that she'll sit back and she'll watch you play a video game and love it. Like Walking Dead.
Depends on the game. Yeah, I love The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So how was playing Injustice, Eve? What was your experience playing Injustice like?
Well, I get frustrated easily. I hate losing. But I do like the game. I just don't like losing.
What's your favorite character?
Damn, I don't know. I haven't played it enough to have a favorite character.
Oh, because
I like Black Canary.
Yeah. Because what I did is when I was playing with Nick, I played with all the female characters.
Yeah, so did I.
So that I could see which one I liked the best.
Yeah, I like Black Canary.
Yeah, I'm best with Harley Quinn.
Of course you are.
I don't know. My fighting style is real. Like, I'm always like up close.
But then you gotta say you're not feminist. But yeah, you play with every female character first.
Oh yeah, when it comes to video games,
you're a feminist.
Yeah,
you're a video game feminist.
Yes.
Like you want a girl.
Yeah.
You want to play.
I don't play with.
As a female.
I don't play with the guys.
Gay pride, yay!
Woo!
Because Eve's like, you want a
Speaking
girl.
of
So
which,
what?
Speaking of which, it reminded me of the pins that we bought.
Way off topic, Eve. Okay. So, feeling the service in the force?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Says he's feeling the service in the force. So let's
Here we go.
let's just jump into that real quick.
You're not ready for this.
Oh, okay. We could debate this all day. Let's do this.
Oh Sith, this lack of time disturbs me.
So this would be the lack of time disturbs me, or disturbance in the force part. Still haven't done disturbance in the force part. I haven't remastered that yet. So I gotta put a pin and note so I can actually get that done at some point. So lack of time does disturb me. I think we're actually gone 2 hours at this point, which is over our normal ones. But let's hear it, because I want to talk about Donald Trump and the whole Paris Accord and the climate change and how we got kicked out basically because Donald Trump said he doesn't believe in climate change, which
And global warming.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
You said that?
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So basically,
When are we gonna impeach him?
France went to our top scientists, and they put a message out to the U.S. saying that all the top scientists and medical minds and all this shit in the U.S. will find a second home in France.
Oh shit.
So yeah, that happened.
So are we gonna move to Paris?
I'm not
No,
a top
I'm not going over
medical
there.
fucking field or top scientist. I would like to do it, but I mean, yeah, no,
No.
I don't think we can.
No, thanks.
I'm not gonna start over in France out of all
Nope.
places.
Where would you start over?
Canada.
Oh my god, you get so boring.
No, because Canada is perfect. It's right over the fucking line and safe. Nothing bad ever fucking happens to Canada. France, a lot of fuck up shit happened to France. And France is always doing shit with that America's doing. You know, like with the whole UN and stuff like that. So we're bombing fucking
I'm
Iran.
gonna go
France
over
is
there
bombing Iran.
and they're gonna sell
So
me.
what?
What?
I'm gonna get kidnapped.
In France?
Yes.
Eve thinks she's gonna get
She just
kidnapped
think you always think you're gonna
anywhere.
get kidnapped.
Literally, Eve has a fear, like a deathly fear of vans.
I hate the fucking rape vans, alright? You know what I'm talking about. Those creepy ass, big ass vans.
So like
Usually
anytime,
white.
Yeah, so anytime she sees them, she'll like watch the van.
Yeah, I'll fucking watch you. You're not gonna take me. If you are gonna take me, I'm gonna watch you.
You're gonna watch him do it.
I'm gonna watch that.
She's just gonna
I'm
stand
like
there.
6 feet tall, black hair.
We were making a joke about that the other day.
But
that
how would you describe that to somebody if you're already taken?
No, maybe
you're gonna steal their
someone
cell phone?
saw it, someone heard
So you're
me.
just gonna scream out a fucking description and they're not gonna cover your mouth.
God, it's a joke. Damn, Nick.
Anyway, go ahead, Cecily.
Fucking joke.
Go ahead, Cecily. You wanted to talk about your rape thing.
I don't agree with you
Okay, why?
because it doesn't matter.
No,
what
let's
person
tell
wears.
them what the fuck you guys are talking about first.
No, they already know. They should have been listening up to this point. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with you at all.
Listen, I see the fact that women can wear anything that they want to wear, and that's not a problem. I'm just saying, it's kind of like if you're dressed like a hooker.
No.
Okay? No, hear me out. If you're dressed like a hooker, and something bad happens to you, you cannot sit there and go, "Oh, my parents had nothing to do with it."
You are that motherfucker that like blames the rape victim.
I do not blame the rape victim at all.
He's not
Yes.
no, he's not.
I'm not blaming the rape victim. I'm just saying that your clothes does have a part to play in it. You cannot sit down there and say the clothes does not have a part to play. It does have a part to play. It's just like Dave Chappelle said a long time ago. If you go in the bar and you're dressed like a fucking slut, and I go up to you and say, "Hey, this is my number," or "Hey, you want to go in the back and make out," or whatever, and I just think that you're easy, and I just think that, hey, you know what, this bitch is come here tonight to party, fuck, and have a good night, and then you go, just because I'm dressed this way doesn't mean I'm easy. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna put on the fucking cop uniform. I'm gonna go into the fucking club, and then when something bad happens, you go, officer, I need help. I'm gonna go, just because I dress this way does not mean I'm a police officer.
Yeah, but you and
Like,
Dave
but
Chappelle are both being like extremists.
That
about
is not
it.
being extremist. That's just the truth. If you're dressed a certain way, people are going to come with a certain assumption. Let's say you go into a business interview dressed like a hooker. Are you going to do that? No, because there's a time and place for everything, right? Are you going to go into a business place dressed in a bikini? No, because you do that at the beach, right? So that's my point. The way you dress does impact your social environment. I'm just saying, if you're dressed with a short shirt and short shorts and a tank top, and then you go, oh, why did he pick me out of the other 148 girls in the club? Because out of the 148 girls in the club, you're the only one that made yourself stand out like, hey, easy target. I mean, it's just, I'm not blaming the victim. I'm not saying, oh, that's all on her. No, I'm not saying that. Yes, I said the nigga got problems, the guy got problems. You know, he's fucked in the head. I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying when he's scanning boop, 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 for a target, you're basically the heat-seeking missile and you're fucking frying yourself in the microwave. That's the only thing I'm saying. If the missile's heading for the hottest target, you're sure as hell not going to look like an iceberg. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm just putting it out there and I'm being realistic with what I'm saying. I'm not saying women should not have the ability to dress how they want to dress. Yes, you should be just like men, okay? Where you can wear what you want to wear and there's not a fucking problem. But there's social norms for every situation. So when you go to a fucking club and instead of looking classy sexy, you want to look slutty sexy, guess what? The rapist wants to fuck the slut. That's why a lot of times the rapists say the same fucked up shit. Oh, you wanted it. She wanted it. She wanted it. Okay, well, you know what? Of course he's lying, but the whole point is, that's in his fucking mind. He's that deranged, and he thinks you wanted it because you dressed like you fucking wanted it. You dressed like you was going to get dick that night. So he's like, oh, I gave her dick. She wanted it. That's the whole point. So yes, it's fucked up for him to say that. I'm not saying it's not fucked up, but I'm saying that's in his mind is what I'm saying. I'm saying so you take that aspect out and you dress a little classy. Nobody says that you can't get dressed up to go to a club, but you dress like you got a little fucking class. You ain't got to look like a 2-cent hooker on the fucking corner. That's my point.
I'm not saying that. I just don't agree. I don't.
No, you want to start. You said we're going to talk about this,
right? Because because I don't think that it matters. Ultimately, there are women that have gotten raped that are in business suits that aren't dressed like a hooker, and everything. So I feel like your statement about the fact that, oh, well, if you're dressing slutty, somebody's gonna rape you. I think that's wrong because there are a whole bunch of women that don't dress like that, that go ahead and they get raped.
Right, and I never said just because you dress this way it means it's gonna happen to you. I never said that.
I
said you're painting a bigger target on yourself.
Regardless, it doesn't. But I don't feel like that should matter.
Rape happens in different forms. When you talk about business suits and things like that, that's a different atmosphere. We're not talking about that atmosphere. The environment that I'm talking about is a club environment. I'm talking about you and your girls going out partying Saturday night. But that's what I'm talking about. I don't think a person in a business suit is going to go to her accounting job in short shirt and go-go pants. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's saying that.
But you just said that's me.
No, I said you do not step into the environment like that. So I'm backing myself up. I'm saying I don't think a short shorts and go-go pants and fucking high heels or whatever is going to go to an accountant job that way. So the people that get raped in the business suits, they are legitimately victims, and they have like no part.
That is completely wrong to say.
Let me finish my statement.
But that's wrong because then you're saying that a woman in a business suit and a woman that is dressed provocatively are not at the same level. That's exactly what you're saying.
Look at them. Obviously, the one that's less dressed and looks more slutty, of course she's gonna have a higher chance.
Exactly, that's my point. She's got a higher chance of something happening to her.
I think that's completely fucked up the way both of you are thinking about it.
It's fucked up, but it's
fucked up, but it's the truth. That's the whole point. It's an ugly truth. It's an ugly truth. It's like saying, you know what? If I go out there with my dick out, and then all of a sudden somebody calls the cops on me, I'm not gonna be like, why are you arresting me? I just got my dick out. Because sir, you're not supposed to have your dick out. That's very lewd and that's very, listen, but the guy over there with his dick that's in his shorts is not getting arrested. That's the same type of argument you're coming at me with. You're saying that my dick is out, and I'm asking why am I getting arrested for that? That's because of the fact that my dick is out. I'm showing off my shit. My shit is not supposed to be shown the fuck off. So the same way that if I walk into a park and I'm going, why are these children and parents running away because I got my dick out? Like, it's the same shit. You're asking, why is this happening to me? Like, why do I have guys groping on my ass every time I walk into the club? Well, because maybe you got your ass popping the fuck out of your dress. And I can see your thong from here. Like, I'm fucking a block away and I can see your thong come up the back of your ass. You're going to tell me on a Friday night, if you see a chick in a business suit and a chick with a short on and a thong, what are you gonna think of that chick? You gonna think that she's a doctor,
no,
a lawyer?
You're
gonna think that she's a slutty, dumb, ditzy bitch, right? That's what your assumption is. But
that does not mean that anybody has a right.
But that same thought is what's in the rapist's head. So that's why he goes after her over everybody else. Is my point, because the same thought you had in your head. Wow, look at this fucking dumb bitch right here. She got a thong on and shit, and she's drinking, and it's only fucking 8 o'clock in the night. Damn, this bitch look like a hoe. That's what you think to yourself. That's what all girls say to herself. Every time a provocative girl is dressed that way, all women say the same thing in their mind. That bitch is a hoe. She must fuck so many niggas. She probably fucked the whole entire block. That's what every bitch says in their head. But then yet and still, when a rapist says, oh, well, you know what? She made it easy for me. They go, every woman is like, no, that can't be. Well, you just said it yourself that she looked like a hoe. So you tell me right now she got a target on her back. But then when it happens, oh, she didn't have a target on her back.
No,
Make up your mind.
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't think it's right that people go ahead and they think based on what you're dressed, provocatively or not, I think people are more focused on what you're wearing than on the sick mentality of the individual that is doing the rape. That's my point.
But I never took that away from the sick individual. I said he is a sick individual for even doing that in the first place.
But I'm saying you cannot sit here.
But I'm saying you cannot sit here and say you did not have a part to play in the choosing of the victim. You chose to go out and look like a hoe that night. That's what I'm saying. So you put yourself in the location, because it could be a hot spot or it could be like, you know, a social club. But if it's like the fucking ghettoest bar in fucking Manhattan or whatever, you put yourself in a fucked up location. You didn't hang out with your friends. You know, every fucking advice that the NYPD gives you, stay in groups. Make sure you know that you get home at a reasonable hour. Make sure you're not intoxicated. You broke every rule that the NYPD suggests that you do. Okay, that's number one. And then number two, you're by yourself. And number three, that you sit on there basically dressed like every girl thought that night. You look like a hoe. So of course, if I got a choice, I'm gonna rape somebody. Chick in a business suit, chick in a jogging suit. Oh, look at this one here. That's not hard for me to take off. And you know what? My dick just got aroused looking at her compared to the chick in the business suit. This one just got my dick hard. So a rapist goes by like his dick. His dick is basically a dick-ar. That's what, it's not a radar. It's a dick-ar. They boop, 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 boop. And then he sees a chick dressed like a slut. And the same way in your head, you go, oh, she's a hoe. In his head, he goes, oh, she's a hoe. So his dick goes, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then guess what? You just painted a target on your back. I'm not saying that he's not fucked in the head. I'm not saying that you should not have the right to wear. Yes, you should absolutely have the right to wear whatever you want. I'm just saying, though, that if you put yourself in those type of clothing, you wear provocative clothing, and you're out at night, you're breaking all the fucking norms, you doing all that shit, you just painted a bigger target on your back than a chick that looks like she's just going out for the night. A classier person, and I'm not saying like you said, there's chicks, jogging chicks that get raped in Central Park and all that shit. Yes, those are 100% victims. Yes, but you want to know what they broke at that type of thing? They always say, do not go in Central Park 12 o'clock after dark or whatever, because you know there's rapists out in Central Park. And this chick is just like, I'm going to go for a jog in the deepest park of Central Park by myself. Ain't nothing's going to happen to me. Yeah, that's where they have that part to play. Everybody has a part to play. The rapist is fucked in the head, but if you can avoid that situation, you avoid that situation. So if you're jogging by yourself in Central Park, should you have the absolute right to jog by yourself in Central Park? Yes, you should. But don't be ignorant and don't be naive. Understand, you are not supposed to be jogging in Central Park by yourself, because there are rapists in Central Park, in that, especially the middle part, after 10 o'clock. So why do you think every time there's a cop car that pulls up next to you, ma'am, are you okay? They're trying to obviously hit on you. That's what they're doing. But the whole point is, because as an ex-cop, that's what we used to do. We used to drop to the middle of Central Park and then hit on bitches. But the whole point is, but at the same time, we just tell them straight up, like in their face, like, you know it's dangerous. You're by yourself. Do you need a ride to the exit of Central Park? Because we wanted them to get in the back of the car so we could drive them to the exit. Why? Because you're in Central Park by yourself at like 12 o'clock at night. This is how motherfuckers get raped.
My paranoid ass would be like, no, I'm gonna get in the fucking car and you're gonna fucking rape me.
Because that's because you're, like Cecily said, you're scared of constantly getting raped by any fucking person out there.
Once they see an opportunity, they're gonna take it.
All I'm saying is you're just like all the other cops that were there in the hospital that basically, you know, it's just when I went through my whole rape scenario and the cops were called and all that shit happened to me, you're just like them.
I'm not just like them at all.
Yes, you
are.
Were
you just provocatively?
No.
See, so I'm not just like him. I'm saying
no, but the way you're coming off, your whole mentality is the same exact vibe that I got from all those cops and the lieutenant that came to the hospital.
The thing is, if you're putting yourself in that situation, you at the same time have to take personal accountability for what happened.
I'm not going to take personal accountability for somebody being sick in their head.
Okay, yeah,
that has nothing to do with me.
But if you were actually more safer with yourself and more protective of yourself and gave a little bit more of a fuck about yourself, then
so you're saying that I didn't give a fuck about myself when I got raped?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you talk about the night where you got drunk and then your mom let you off the train, or you talk about that night?
Yeah.
Okay, that night your mom was fucked up for that. She should have never let you get off the train. We talked about that. And number two, you was blasted, and I don't even know why. I don't think you ever told me why you got off the train.
I don't remember anything.
That's what I'm saying. So you shouldn't have gotten off the train, and you shouldn't. Now, would you ever get that drunk again? No, right? Because you know it was the wrong thing to do, right? So you cannot sit here in retrospect and go, I did the right thing by getting drunk. No, you know what happened when you got drunk. You put a bigger target on yourself, which is why he targeted you, because you was the only drunk ass shit getting off the fucking subway, and whatever must have happened, I don't know who he was, what happened. You even yourself said you don't remember. So when all of that shit happened, I don't know how he picked you, but you want to know what? He must have obviously saw that you was that drunk, that blasted, and you're putting a bigger target on yourself compared to all the other women that probably was walking in the street. You basically stood out the most of them, and I wonder why. It wasn't because you had red hair. It wasn't because you had blue hair. It wasn't because you had a spotlight shine on you. It was because he was like, drunk chick, not gonna remember shit. Perfect target. It's like a killer. He's not gonna go in a house filled with fucking 20 dudes. He's gonna go in a house with a chick that's alone and the husband is away for the weekend. You gotta understand how the sick mind thinks. That's how the sick mind thinks. You're putting yourself in a situation that you should not be in. Your mother was accountable for you that night, and she didn't give a fuck. Apparently, I don't even think she remembers. You probably maybe told her when you was drunk why you was getting off. But the whole point is she should have watched you because that's your fucking mom. And you yourself, you should never have got that drunk in the first place.
I've drank more than that, and I've never gotten like that, Nick.
But that's what I'm trying to explain to you, is that for whatever night you drank more than that.
No, I didn't. I had 3 drinks.
Okay, but I'm saying for whatever, I didn't say you drank more than that. Okay, that's wrong sentence structure. For whatever reason, that night the drinks hit you harder than it normally would.
Or someone spiked your drink.
Or somebody, yeah, that's another good point. Somebody could have spiked your drink. You never know. I don't know where you were or how, but I'm saying maybe, your mom turned somebody spiked. Nobody knows. But the whole point is, for whatever reason, the drinks hit you harder that night. When you started to feel the buzz like you do now, and you feel the buzz and you're like, okay, I'm good, I'm chill. That's the way you should have been that night. So let's be honest. Do you care about yourself now more? Or do you care about yourself now more than you did back then? Because now you put a stop to yourself. So why didn't you stop yourself back then? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Personal accountability. You got to know when to stop. You got to know when enough to drink is enough. And when dressing the way you dressing, when is appropriate and when is not appropriate. Why? Because there are sick individuals out there. And those sick individuals will prey upon the weak. They're going to prey upon the people that look like easy targets. So no, nobody's blaming the victim. I'm not blaming the victim. I'm saying you put a bigger target on yourself than you normally would have.
All right, now.
If the target's already big because they're raping joggers in Central Park, when you're drunk or when you're provocatively dressed, you're painting a bigger target. Right. I'm just saying. So I don't mean to offend anybody, not even Cecily sitting next to me. I'm just saying at the end of the day, you have to take personal accountability for yourselves. And even us as men, we have to. I can't be walking through the ghetto and flashing my chains out and shit, and I got like gold all around my wrists, and I go, why did he rob me? I'm in the middle of Brownsville. Why'd I get robbed? Maybe because I'm in Brownsville and I'm flashing nothing but fucking jewelry and I wonder why I got robbed? Maybe I shouldn't be flashing jewelry in Brownsville because I need to know my surroundings. It's fucking Brownsville. The same way people that you tuck in your jewelry because you're afraid to get robbed, and the same reason why, the upper class, Upper West Side people fucking crosses the street when they see me because they're afraid that I'm gonna get robbed, is the same accountability you gotta have when you go out and you dress or you drink or whatever the case is. The same way you cross the street because you're like, shit, this motherfucker looks like he about to rob me. It needs to be the same shit when you go, you know what, maybe I should not put on that 2-inch skirt today because I need to know where I'm going and what I'm doing. Or maybe I should not have that little extra drink. Like, if you're gonna be afraid to fucking walk down a block next to me, or go into the fucking projects because you're wearing nothing but jewelry on, and women tuck the jewelry into their fucking shirts, the same way you have responsibility for that, you have a responsibility for yourself when you go and drink or when you go out to the club. That's the only thing that I'm saying. So no, I'm not putting the blame on the victim. I'm just saying that everybody has a role to play. When it comes down to the part, he's a sick individual. You went out and you know how you was dressed. You should have called yourself a fucking, I wouldn't even say an Uber at this point because I don't trust Ubers for that exact reason. But you should have called yourself
Uber
a fucking cab.
Uber is the safest when it comes to taxis.
No, actually it's not. There's so many rape stories for Ubers.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, you need to Google that shit. Uber, Lyft, all that shit. But I would call it a taxi. There is a free NYC ride for anybody who's drunk.
Even when I'm in a taxi, I'm on the phone with someone.
Yeah, but my point is there's even a hotline number for anybody that's drunk and they can't make it home. That came on Bloomberg when the whole situation with the Central Park thing happened. Bloomberg put out a free number for anybody that need rides and stuff like that if you're too drunk to get home.
I wonder if anyone actually uses it.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but my point is there was actually a number for that shit too. That's what I'm saying.
I never heard about that
because they didn't want anybody getting raped. That's when a lot of people was getting raped in Central Park, and they didn't want people getting mugged. There was a lot of muggings in Central Park.
My mom still tucks her chain inside her shirt.
But it's okay because she should be able to wear that. Nobody's ever gonna do anything. Her chain versus somebody with no chain. I guess the guy is gonna rob the person with no chain. So, my point is, everybody got a point to play. And I'm not doing victim blaming, as Cecily was saying. No, I'm not victim blaming at all. You should be able to walk down, like me, myself, I should be able to walk down Brownsville, walk down Bushwick, walk down East New York in Brooklyn, and be completely fine with no matter what colors I'm wearing, whether it was red or blue, or no matter how much jewelry I'm wearing. I'm supposed to be fine. And there's supposed to not be any repercussions. And it's not supposed to be doing that. But I'm not stupid. Because if I go out there wearing red in a Crip neighborhood, or I go out there wearing fucking $5,000 worth of jewelry, and I get robbed or I get stabbed because of the colors that I'm wearing, I'm going to be like, why? I should be able to wear that. Well, I'm not stupid. I know why that happened to me. So, that's the only thing I'm saying. So, anybody got anything before we sign off?
No, I don't think so.
So,
I don't think so.
It's been a very, very heated and debated episode on this topic. And
so that's what happens.
Yeah, but like I said, it's unedited. This is who we are, even when we disagree with our opinions. But it comes down to the fact that we respect everybody's opinions, and I respect everybody's opinions in the comments. It's probably gonna like jump on top of me, and all these SJWs out there, social justice warriors, is gonna jump on top of me and tell me I'm wrong and all this stuff. But it is what it is, and that's what makes our show unique, because we're not afraid to bring these topics to the table. So until next time,
may the fucking force be with you.
There you go. May the fucking
force be with you.
He's still at like a 10 when we're at like a 5.
I'm sorry, I told you I'm like hyper. I'm like trying to tone it down right now, but like, hey,
okay,
hey, that's what happens. That
stay geeked up. I love you. Stay geeked up.
This has been the Oh Sith Podcast Show. Not enough for you? Make sure to subscribe. Let us know your questions and comments. New episodes every weekend with bonus episodes throughout the week.